No one would have expected, inside a neglected garden shed in the Hertfordshire countryside, would be planted the seed of something magical.
Hello, welcome to My Life with Ferrets. I'm Keeper Kate, and this is Wriggles. Scruffles is outside. If you have been watching the YouTube channel, let's see if we can get her to come and say hello. Ladies, treats! So I'm Keeper Kate, and I live with these two little rascals, so you don't have to. Of course, I am joking. I love having Wriggles and Scruffles around. Oh, here she comes. Scruffles! Treats! Come here. Come say hi. Quick! Oh no. Here. Oh, Scruffles. Come on. Come get yours. I also love having around our guy in the chair, the implausible MahdDogg.
Implausible. Ooh.
It's, do you know what? I was actually used a thesaurus to look for synonyms of the word fantastic.
Right.
And you were lucky because it could have also been ludicrous, outlandish, absurd, preposterous, ridiculous, or grotesque. So next time you're telling someone they're fantastic, understand it's actually not it's not the compliment you think it is. Wow. But I do think you're fantastic in the nicest of ways and not in the grotesque-ost of ways.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
As do our girls, who, oh my gosh, have been outside constantly.
They've had a week, haven't they?
Yeah, if you saw last week's show, of course, you'll know that we built the run and I managed to get it cleaned but not dressed. And so I promised that I was going to get it dressed and give them their first run outside. And that was on Monday. And literally, they've barely spent any time inside since then. As usual tonight, we're going to be flinging open the doors of the enclosure to share a weekend of fun and ferrets broadcast on 5 HD cameras around the clock from in here and over on YouTube. 1 HD camera outside as well. Yeah, we've got lots and lots of clips to show you before that. And while we strive for diversity here at FerretTube headquarters, this week our selection of clips, we're not very diverse, are we, MahdDogg?
No, we're very one note this week. It has to be said. But I think I like to think of it as we've created a special. Episode 6 of My Life with Ferrets is a special episode.
Yeah, okay. The digging show.
the digging show. If you're not into digging, if you're not into watching a wriggle dozer going helter leather inside of a sandpit, you're not going to enjoy this week's show. So maybe watch one of the other videos that will be popping up just up on the top of the right-hand side of the screen now. Point that out for them, Kate. There's plenty of stuff on that playlist. Just go there.
Wriggle dozer is just so perfect a description as well because, as suspected, because when we took her out on the lead, she did like to dig. She's been a real digger. But they've both been just absolutely having so much fun, and many encounters as well. So we've got lots of clips to show you tonight. Now I'm going to make a confession right up front, everybody. Getting this amount of content, like when we first said that we were going to do this, this iteration of the channel, the idea was to take 3 or 4 fairly simple clips from the week and chat about them. Of course, the last 2 weeks, because this special event has been happening, and I've sort of filmed it on multiple cameras and done quite intense edits. I'm absolutely exhausted, and I also haven't done anything to clean my house or sort of keep up with other parts of life for a few weeks. So this weekend I'm not going to be creating any extra content for you over the weekend. We've got oodles of content to show you now and talk about. And then this weekend, we're going to do the weigh-in, and we'll put it on a graphic at the end for those of you who are following the story of the weigh-in. But I'm just going to hand the file straight over to MahdDogg, and he can get editing right away. So it'll be a lot less work for both of us this weekend, and I can get my house straight. So I hope that's okay with you all. There'll be no weekend coverage this weekend, but it's back to normal service next weekend. And my house will be clean, which will be nice.
Yay!
Yay!
That's always a bonus, because spring is coming, and a spring clean is exactly what everybody needs, and it's what I'm going to do as well.
Yeah, no, we'll get ourselves straight and raring to go for next week. If you haven't subbed yet, by the way, please do hit that button. We've had an amazing sort of run over the last week or so with the growth in the subs. So we're at 502 now, so we're across the halfway mark.
Yes!
We
are closer to 1,000 than we are to 0.
Yes. So if you haven't hit the sub button, please do so and help us get to that goal of being able to get the partnership programme on YouTube. Thank you very much. And you'll get more of this kind of thing, MahdDogg, right?
Yes, lots of it.
So we have 2 types of grass. This roll, it's not as thick, it's not as cushioned. So my plan is to use these thicker, more cushioned ones around as much of the edge as we can stretch for crash landing for climbers, and then put as much as we can of that on the rest of the space. I don't know how much we've got. We've got 2 rolls of this, so time to get tiling, I think. Hey, Cappy.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.
Actually, I want to live here.
Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down.
Now for the fun bit.
But we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
And now the pièce de la résistance, a little something I made earlier. Come on, Den.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
So, yeah, exciting stuff. All dressed out and ready to play. What do you think?
What a playground.
I know,
I mean,
right?
wow. That's something special.
I don't know if you could see, but I was going around. I don't know if I actually included any footage of it, but I went around the whole cage and dragged my fingernails, my fingertips down as if I was Scruffles climbing up and then trying to sort of slide herself down. And I took off any sharp edges with wire cutters, made sure that it was all completely, secured. And I'm pretty happy with the end job, and the AstroTurf has worked out great. I think I was convinced that they were absolutely going to adore sort of having all of the stuff that they could rub their face in, because they love rubbing their face on the AstroTurf and cleaning up. She's saying thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, it was exhausting though. It was quite a lot of sort of physical work across a couple of days, and I sort of tidied up the garden around as well. Got threw some stuff away that needed throwing away. And then I was just so excited to let the girls go out and use it.
Well, I watched, obviously, while I was working, while I was getting all the packages ready to go out on YouTube this week. I was watching you do all of that. I'd sat there and I'd output, I think it was 6 videos.
Yeah.
All the packages from the weekend, and I thought, I've worked really, really hard. You know, I've slogged my guts out. Let's have a look at what's going on the YouTube. And there's you. You're screwing things in. You're laying AstroTurf. You're setting things up. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't worked that hard.
It's funny because, I mean, although the girls keep me quite active, I haven't been doing sort of any sustained physical activity for a while. Because of the lockdown and everything. And I just was exhausted by the end of the day. And then, absolutely wiped out. But I really wanted to let them out that afternoon. But didn't want the first play to be in the dark, you know. Mainly because I wouldn't be able to film them as well. So we had to wait till the next morning.
We did, and before we let you see those first steps outside, we've got another little bit, just so you get to see the exterior run in all its glory.
you want to come out and play? Did you think playtime was never going to come? Oh, you're going to have such a playtime. Yes, that's the new rug that I've bought for you for your food area, for the entrance. My job now is to distract them on the studio floor with treats whilst I unplug the cat door and then put them back inside. Hopefully they won't have spotted me doing that. Put them back inside. I'll go out to set up for filming, and then I'm going to call them to the door, like push the door. So hopefully they notice that I'm out there. Well, they should be pretty frustrated when I put them back in, to be honest with you, because they won't have had much of a run. So I'm going to do that quite quickly, and we'll see how they go. So you can see there, I am unplugging the cat flap. Pop the two girls down with their sort of some actually it was ferret oil in that bowl there, and run around.
Oh, who'd have thought? Wriggles is the first one to the door.
I know. She was even there before I was calling her. She obviously noticed that there was a bit more light coming through than usual. I was kind of like, gave it a cursory kind of, and then she was going to go and eat, but then I obviously poked the door from the other side. So here, you can see she's, the cat flap door is kind of magnetic. It's got a magnetic kind of pull on it, so it pulls itself down shut again. And that stops the wind obviously blowing it, but you can see she's like not sure what's going to happen if she goes all the way through it. No. Now originally there were two doors, but we've actually pinned one of those doors up now so that they're not so kind of discombobulated going into that ante-chamber in the middle.
That needed some Jurassic Park music or something epic behind it. Just get the first steps.
So now look, Scruffles is like, where's Wriggles gone?
Mm-hmm.
And she's hear me calling her, but she doesn't really get it.
No, she hasn't really figured it out, has she?
And Wriggles, I said to Wriggles, go get your sister. And she went back up the ramp, and she's on the other side. Hey, did you hear your name, Riggs? We're watching video of you. We are. Do you want to come and snug?
I love that. As a little moment there, she just looks straight at the camera as if to say, I don't know why she's not coming through the door, folks.
Yeah. You want the treat bowl, don't you? And so Scruffles is still struggling with the concept of flap door.
Yeah, she hasn't really figured it out. She's just going to need a little bit of prompting.
And she gives it a dig as well. She's sort of like trying to dig into it. Getting very frustrated.
She knows there's fun on the other side.
Wriggles is having a good sniff around. I think this is finally... I was actually beginning to get a bit worried, I'll admit. I was beginning to think, are they really struggling with the door? Like, if they go halfway through and then they pull back again, are they going to squash themselves? With the door sort of closing back again, and then panic and not understand that just keep going forwards and you'll be okay. But she works it out at the end. I think it is just the magnetic pullback that's sort of like slightly weirding her out. She doesn't understand why it won't stay up. Stay up. I pushed you up.
She's trying her best. She really is trying her best.
Wait, what? What's this place? Wait.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wriggles is like, get out here, sis. It's fun.
So this is genuinely the first 12 minutes of them being, this video is 12 minutes long. I guess it was a minute and a half of preamble on it, but so it's about the first 10 and a half minutes of their time exploring outside. So it's all quite cautious, sniffy. They're not really sure of their surroundings, and as you can see, the sandpit is beautiful and flat, and my sandcastles are standing.
Yeah, that's not gonna stay.
No,
that's not gonna stay very long.
Not at all. But they, they soon got into every corner and explored every corner.
They did.
As kind of anticipated, Scruffles sort of did a lot of climbing to dangerous heights, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Do you want some of this? Come here, Scruffles. She did a lot of climbing to pretty dangerous heights, and sliding back down again. But they spent most of the time in the sandpit, to be honest with you. Once they discovered it was there. What have you enjoyed watching them do this weekend?
Oh, I've enjoyed seeing Scruffles actually scaling the side of the the side of the cage outside. She's just a woof all the way up to the top, very much like the squirrels from last weekend.
Yeah, she's definitely been eyeing the ceiling because obviously the cage is enclosed on the top as well, and she sort of gets up to the top of the cage side and she's kind of like going, could I reach that? And I swear if she could get her claws to it, she would do a Spider-Man across the top.
Oh, I'm sure she would.
I hear. So this is the first time they've discovered the sandpit, and look at Wriggles. She's just like, oh, wait, what? Sand? No way!
Dig.
It's sand! Must dig immediately.
She's so into it. Like I say, the Wriggles dozer.
Yeah. Wriggle dozer is absolutely perfect for her. Do you want some? Hang on, do you want some duck breast? How about this? Maybe Wriggles wants one as well. Oh, sorry. Slapped her aside.
Don't sit on the stars.
No, I didn't. I went to move my hand and she got in the way, so I kind of like my hand swiped her to the side. It's coming. Here you go.
The Wriggles is in dig heaven. I'm surprised she didn't go for the ping pong balls, to be honest.
No, exactly. But I think her new love is definitely. Her new love is definitely digging in the sandpit. She just can't get enough of it. They're charging around in here as well now, actually, as well. It's the most time they've actually spent in here with me in ages. It's been quite nice this week because I've had a lot to do and editing and stuff to do, so I've been really busy. But I felt fine just coming in here for like 15, 20 minutes just to change their. Because normally when I'm in here, as you guys will know when you watch on Twitch, the girls don't pay attention to me for the full hour and a half that I'm in here with them. They just, they run around, they use the space, and they're vaguely interested in me, especially if treats might be involved. But they don't actually need me physically present to have a really good play. So it's nice to know that I can just come in for like 15, 20 minutes if I haven't got time to spend an hour with them, and give them a bit of TLC, make sure that they've got clean water, food, and their toilet is clean, and then I can go and get back on with my life knowing that they're going to be having an absolute ball outside.
Yeah. I just look at Wriggles. She's in her element.
Yeah, it's covered as well, right? There's a corrugated, clear plastic corrugated roof, which when we get to the summer and we need to worry about shade, I'll make sure that I'll get a cover and put a nice area of shade over the sandpit. I imagine as well, because it got really hot obviously in the summer last summer. I imagine that a good way to let them cool down, apart from being able to paddle in their swimming pool, will be to actually just dampen the sand a bit. because
Oh,
especially
yeah.
if it's in the shade, the sand is a natural kind of convector. So it might sort of help them stay cool if they can just dig themselves down into a little ditch in the sand, in some damp sand.
Well, I don't think they're going to be little ditches, considering the amount of tunnelling that Wriggles and Scruffles have both done. Oh, those poor sandcastles.
Yeah, they were never going to last very long. It's been completely insane. And as right now, they're just, this is literally the first 10 minutes, so they haven't got their confidence up to go tearing about yet. But we've got some more clips coming up, which are a bit later on in the weekend. But even now, they're sort of like started to relax a bit, enough to be able to sort of, forget where they, or forget their worry about the new surroundings and just have a little bit of a run around.
Yeah. Oh, look at that happy face.
So I had the split door made.
Yes.
And I'm really glad I did, so I can actually step in over the top of the bottom door. And I know people watching on the channel were worried today because I had it open and it doesn't sort of like pull to and stay closed. And it swung open and people were worried that the girls would run out. But I had it under control. And I've now got this weekend I've got to put a hook. I've got a hook and eye catch on it, so a catch to put in there. I'll put that up this weekend, so I'll be able to just latch it closed at the top. But it's really useful having that barn door because it means that I can open the top and film them, without them running out. But also I can actually, crunch myself down and step in there without having to risk them completely running out of the bottom if I open the bottom door as well.
So how many times have you banged your head then?
Apparently they've been counting. They've been counting on stream. I don't know. I haven't been keeping count, but apparently they've been keeping count. I think it's something like 7 or 8.
I think you're probably used to it now, though, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't actually hurt because it's quite a soft. Unless I get one of the overhead bars, one of the wooden bars, it's just it's wire. So it doesn't actually hurt. It sounds quite impressive because it goes obviously, dung, but it
makes a bang.
It's not uncomfortable. Not like dropping a 20-kilogram bag of frozen sand on your hand is uncomfortable anyway. No.
How are your fingers?
They're fine. My knuckles are a bit tender still. That one's still a bit swollen. But it was really painful for a few days actually, I have to say. And if you're wondering what on earth we're talking about, you need to watch last week's episode, or at least watch A Very Disappointing Day, which is because of course each week when we publish this show on the Monday, we also then put all of the packages from the week out as individual shorts, so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. So, or you can go to the big one and you can jump to the chapter. Because,
yes,
of course,
you can.
We have chapters as well. All the mod cons, just to make your viewing as easy as possible. But it seriously hurts. I do not recommend dropping a 20-kilogram bag of frozen sand on your hand.
No, well, you get hurt so that we don't have to.
Exactly. I get my nose bitten by ferrets, so you don't have to.
All of these things we get experience being ferret parents vicariously through you.
Yes, without any of the downsides.
Exactly.
But I'm so thrilled with the way that they've taken to the outside run. It gives me a lot of joy to see them enjoying it so much. I think as well, I know people who got used to watching our wildlife channel on YouTube, the 24/7 wildlife cam, and people were sort of like missing the wildlife. But actually, you get to see the girls a lot because they seem. I don't know if it'll get less because ferrets are supposed to sleep for 18 hours a day, and I swear these two are not sleeping for 18 hours a day at the moment. But they go in and out. They'll go out for half an hour and then they'll come back and sleep for a couple of hours and go out for half an hour. So. They're getting to see a lot of ferret on the YouTube feed, and also we've put the squirrel feeder up as well on the side of the cage, and the squirrels are beginning to come back.
I saw one this afternoon.
Yeah.
He was just hanging out there, eating some nuts, and the girls were digging, just ignoring them.
Yeah. Funnily enough, as well, I saw the tomcat. I haven't seen my cats close to the cage yet in camera shot, but I saw the stray cat that lives around this area, who Cappy's always fighting with. I saw him walk down. He was like doing his,
He's
sort of male thing with the thing swinging at the back like this down the side, and Scruffles went sort of like up to him, and he sort of like started to walk a bit faster. Then she went faster towards him, and then in the end he just run off. And he was trying to like act all cool, and and then eventually he was just like, "Nah, I'm over this. This small thing is terrifying. I'm out."
I don't like that ferret. I'm off.
Are you gonna come and snuggle?
Oh, bless.
So they've been.
Sorry. No, you were saying.
Well, they're holding their own against the environment so far.
They are. Well, we got some more action. More. It's. I believe it's more digging action now.
Yeah, well, the last. I really wanted to show you this clip because there were so many. I could have filled 3 hours of clips with the stuff just from the last couple of days, but this was just on night 2, and it's fascinating. It's been fascinating to see how they are tunnelling in that large sandpit. We made it large, long and deep so that they could, properly tunnel. And it's been fascinating to see them actually building tunnels and then having scraps over the tunnels, and then the tunnels collapse under the weight of their scrap. And this was the first night I saw them doing this and wanted to share it with you.
Well, here we go. Let's take a look. Construction a la ferret.
So Wriggles is the constructor. Like, Wriggles is the digger, Wriggles the architect. Wriggles the one who always manages. Like, Scruffles will often be out there just digging aimlessly, furiously, but aimlessly. Whereas Wriggles seems to have more of a plan, and so she ends up with these structures where she digs down, and then she gets sort of like a little tiny hole at the top, and then instead of trying to push through the hole and breaking the whole thing, she carries on digging and just sort of digs out until she gets this nice scoop. So you can see here, this is her working diligently, and she does this over and over again. She's very concentrated, very hard at work.
It's her thing.
It's got to be absolutely perfect, structurally sound. She's the engineer of the family. And she starts her digs in the right place so that there's some sort of ambient structure with the wall or something as well. As I say, Scruffles will go out there and just start digging, and it really frustrates Wriggles as well, because I think Scruffles goes out there and just starts joining in with the dig, and Wriggles is like, "No, you're ruining it. It's going to collapse."
Yeah, it's the sister arguments again. It's sort of, oh well, I've just done this thing. Oh, can I have a go? No, you'll break. Oh, you broke it.
Yeah. So Scruffles is now using Wriggles. So Wriggles has finished the tunnel. Scruffles is like, "Oh, awesome, a tunnel. Let me dig some more to it." Yeah. And Wriggles is like, No, that's my
perfect.
That's my tunnel. It's my tunnel.
And they're probably war dancing around it as well.
Yeah, I know, they're having a proper, and you can just tell that Wriggles is so frustrated because she's just like, "Don't dig it there," and now she's just flattened it herself.
Oh, now it's collapsed.
And now she is furious.
Oh, she is. She's bushy. She's getting bushy.
She's absolutely.
She's annoyed. I don't think I've ever seen an annoyed Wriggles before.
I know, she's so funny. And that's the other thing. See those two bits when we were making a few weeks ago. We were making a tunnel out of pop bottles, out of 2-litre pop bottles, and I just cut the top and the bottom off the 2-litre pop bottles and just put a bit of gaffer tape around the ends so that it wasn't sharp. And I just threw them in there, thinking, I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with them. And they seem to be the perfect sort of like tunnel starter kits.
Yes.
So they can actually. So I didn't bury those. You saw in the previous video. I just put them on top of the sand. They've done all the burying and positioning, and they've now managed to create a sort of a way to sort of almost shore up the start of a tunnel, so you can make the tunnel longer and deeper. Okay.
Oh, they are having a proper scrap over it. Wriggles is like, no, get out.
Wriggles is furious, and we've seen this again and again this week. You know, you watch them for any time, but particularly at night. They actually any time of day, but when they're out there, Wriggles will be having a serious kind of engineering style dig, and then Scruffles will come along and try and ruin it all.
She's got no respect for anybody else's hard work, has she?
I think you're right. He's no respect whatsoever. It's just so entertaining, and as I say, I literally could have filled 3-4 hours. I had to stop in the end. I think I texted you saying, right, that's it, I'm not gonna. Yeah. Every time I look back at the screen, it's just like, we need to put that in the show.
There's something else. Yeah, it was meant to be just like a nice, easy, gentle week. Not too much is gonna happen. Not too much is gonna go on. But yeah.
Scruffles is climbing. Yeah,
is she climbing? Yeah, she is.
She's climbing up towards the camera.
She's over on the YouTube climbing to the roof right now.
I don't know why she's doing that. She's just trying to worry me.
She is.
Scruffles, come here.
She's trying to put fear into Mummy.
She's coming racing back in now. Come here, you troublemaker.
There she is.
Oh yeah. You want a treat? Come on in. Yes.
So we still haven't finished. We've still got more stuff to come.
We have.
And to be honest, I can't remember the order. I think this one.
I know this is. This is. We were talking about how they've managed to survive the elements and integrate with the wildlife in the garden so far. We were talking about squirrels earlier, and of course, one of the things that people who've been watching the wildlife feed have loved seeing is the occasional visit from our friend the fox, who, if you remember, a few weeks ago stole all the ping pong balls. When we first made that area out there and put the camera outside, I wrote coming soon in ping pong balls in the sand, and overnight our foxy friend came and stole every single one of the ping pong balls. So, and this clip is when our foxy friend decided to come and pay the girls' new enclosure a visit. So, you can see there. You see it's in the top of the corner. It's just eyes at the moment. I don't think the girls have really necessarily noticed. It's difficult to see at this distance, actually. But one of the things that really struck me with this first bit of this clip is that you see Scruffles here. So Scruffles has seen something. She's all fizzed up. She can see it up at the top. And she just kind of does this backwards kind of... she's not behaving like prey. And we were talking about this, about whether or not the foxes would be a worry, and whether the fox would, try and break in and kill the kits. But the kits, they don't behave like prey. And foxes, all predators, they don't generally attack other predators because they could get damaged. They only attack... There, you can see she's kind of backing off it, but she's like, I'm not a complete pushover. I'm not going to run away from you. I'm staring you down.
Yeah. She's not going to back down. There he is.
Yeah.
Foxy face just popping in at the top.
And then if you look very carefully at the back, top right corner, you can see its eyes kind of flashing.
Yeah.
As it moves around.
Well,
and here it is. So it's just
it is.
And it actually comes right down and has a look.
It does. It's like, what are these things?
The girls are going absolutely mad. And then, so Wriggles is there now. Wriggles is aware that there's... Now, ferrets don't have massively good eyesight. They've got a very good sense of smell and a very good sense of hearing. It's all right, girls. That was... So I think somebody might be motorbiking in the field at the back. There, you see, it's come right down.
Yes.
Coming right down.
And then backs off as soon as Scruffles gets up.
Yeah, Scruffles goes up. And then you hear Wriggles comes in, and you can see, have a look at her. She comes running in, and she's all bushy-tailed.
Oh, she is.
Comes running in and then sort of like pokes her nose out. She's just like, no, I'm going to bed. It was too scary. I can hear, the reason I'm pausing is I can hear scrambler bikes, and we do have problems sometimes around here with kids riding scramblers illegally on the footpath or on the field out back.
Right.
When I say kids, I mean like, delinquent teenagers kind of
we're not talking about 8-year-olds on a little mini moti.
No, we're talking about teenagers that unfortunately haven't got anything better to do, so cause havoc. Anyway, I thought that was pretty exciting. The girls, and I know that everybody... Oh, by the way, that was spotted by Neil Banks.
It was.
It'll be somewhere around there.
There we go.
Thank you, Neil Banks, for spotting that clip and bringing it to my attention. I mean, it's really difficult, actually, because you all spot these clips and post them, but I generally try and sort of, figure out who was the first one and make sure that the distribution of credit is fairly applied, but
yes,
it's been so fun actually. Even though I can't watch the stream all the time, but it's been so fun watching the comments and the clips that are put in our Discord with people getting excited about stuff that they've seen. So
it is. We've got a lot of stuff in the Discord, and also some of the footage that you've seen of the girls digging and everything, it came from our Patreon cam. Yes, of course. All the Patreons get early access. The Patreons get to see this content as it's recorded and edited, rather than having to wait till now or Monday. But we also have Patreon cam. Although I did steal a few minutes of the Patreon cam for that, because it was that shot down in the sand. Oh. But on Tuesday, I uploaded to Patreon. I think it was 105 minutes of sandpit cam. Yes. Yes, it was 20. I believe there was 21 5-minute sections.
Yeah, because the camera splits it into 5 minutes. So, so yeah, hopefully they've been enjoying that. And if you want to support us on Patreon, all the links are below. Everything you need. Join us on Discord. Check us out on Instagram. Talk to us on Twitter. Face us on the Facebook. Book us on the Facebook. No, book our faces. Anyway, slap faces on the
booking faces, definitely booking faces. But we've created a lot of different areas because we know that some people they don't understand Discord, they don't have access to it and everything. But Facebook is something that's really familiar, so we've created a group on there. Please feel free to invite your friends along to it if you're a member of the Facebook group. And as Kate says, all the links that you need for all our social media is down in the description below.
And let us know what you think as well in the comments about the outside run. I know we've had a few people who have ferrets themselves come sort of stop by and express a degree of wonderment at the palace that our girls are treated to. Let us know what you think, and if you've got an amazing sort of pet run yourself, not just ferrets, but if you've created a space for your furries, your small furries, because you love them, we'd love to see a photo of it. So feel free to post a link in the comments below. We love hearing from you, for sure. Indeed.
Anything that you've got, be it floof related or ferret related or just general everyday fuzzy related, we'll be more than happy to see it. So please do add it to the comments down below. We've got
Absolutely. I could just hear her. She's outside. She's climbing up the fences down again. So she climbs up and slides down. And it just, it sounds like, I don't know what
she never stops.
Like. She's absolutely incorrigible. But I am a cheeky fan.
Indeed.
So we have one more clip to show you tonight, and I think it's just to sit back and enjoy, because for me, one of the real joys has just been watching the girls have at it in the sandpit. It's just so much fun. We're not doing any content this weekend for you, as I said, but hopefully all of these clips and the fact that you can just see them so much live on stream will sate your appetite for floofiness this week.
Indeed. So don't forget that over the course of a weekend, you can see the interior of the Ferrets enclosure on ferret.tube, which will be appearing at the bottom of the screen now. And every weekend we'll be doing this. And if you want to be a part of our live audience while we record this show over on Twitch, just join us there, ferret.tube, 7 p.m. GMT every Friday. So without further ado, Kate, shall we give them epic dig?
Epic dig.
Good girl. Wriggles. Good girl. You've got a sandy nose. What clever girls you are. What clever girls you are. You want more? No more. No more. Sand face. I'm covered in sand. No more sand face. Squeeze batch, the lids keep getting unthreaded. Thread broken. Right, I'm going to leave them to enjoy it. And watch from upstairs probably with the rest of you. I can't wait to see how they use it. Enjoy.
I still remember
Enjoy, ladies.
the day that you came.
Yes. Yes.
You were so little. For me it's just a day. Now you're all grown up, tall as a tree, strong as a wolf pup, faster than me. So if you're worried that a chance will pass you by, and if you're standing on the sidelines wondering why, what's the worst thing that could happen if you tried? Well, you might fall, but then again you might learn to fly. I see you're struggling with the troubles of youth, the hearts that you're juggling, this possession of truth. And if you're worried that a chance will pass you by, don't be standing on the sidelines wondering why. What's the worst thing that could happen if you tried? chance will pass you by. And don't be standing on the sidelines wondering why. What's the worst thing that could happen if you try? Whoa, what's the worst thing that could happen if you try? Well, you could fall, but then again, you might learn to fly.
So that, I think, is quite a lot of floof and digging. So that is almost it from us here tonight. MahdDogg, thank you so much for spending the evening with me again.
An absolute pleasure. I could sit and watch these girls scrabble about digging all day. And I think I will.
Well, that's good, yeah. FerretTube.live, and you can do just that. The girls are almost ready for bed, so it's now time to turn out the lights as I prepare for another week living with ferrets. If you want to watch the show being recorded, as MahdDogg said earlier, tune in at 7 GMT every Friday on ferret.tube. Of course, Outside Run is on YouTube 24/7, and judging by this week, you've got a pretty good chance of catching them out there day and night. If they're asleep though, we have new clips, ferret tips and tech guides going up almost daily. So make sure you hit subscribe, ring the notification bell so you know when we've posted something new, right? Of course. Also, if you want to get social, all the links are below. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time next week on My Life with Ferrets.